Day 1, 2, 3. Kicking out with the ranger station behind me. They have this heated sidewalk I'm sitting on. It is so hot that it burns my ass if I'm not wearing my kilt. I was up here in just my little pants that I wear when I'm sleeping, playing with my phone last night. Got all my YouTubes done, yay! But it was burning my ass. The sidewalk is so hot. If I'm homeless, this is where I'm sleeping. So, you're still in the town of Shasta. There is a KOA around the corner. It's kind of a campsite place. And I'm generally able to go in and just take showers there. It's a big building, you know, so you can just walk in. Nobody notices. They weren't pay showers last time, so hopefully the same thing works out this time. Yesterday I ran into Joe Dirt, and she's kind of in a situation right now, kind of like with me and Wildflower for her. She met some real nice dude on the trail. He ended up leaving, and she's trying to figure out how to do this again, you know, because it's hard. You're with somebody for months, and then you do this. But she's also kind of broke now, so I'm teaching her how to do the cheap style, you know, because I'm getting pretty good at it. So, you know, give her a little education on this and then set her free and let her do her own thing. You know, Lord knows how long we'll travel together, probably a couple days tops, because that's how it works out here. But, you know, give her the basic skills she needs to learn how to, you know, survive in town without spending any money. Except on groceries, those always get you. Unless you're lucky enough to have people send you resupply packages. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so go down, try to snag a shower, find somewhere to eat some breakfast, and supposedly the trail angel out here is going to give us a ride back, but yesterday traffic was so bad, he was like, nah dude, sorry man, because it was backed up. It took us like, I don't know, felt like an hour to get here, and it's only a few miles from where we were, but they have, you know, everything reduced down to one lane for some reason. Anyway, none of that really matters. That's city life stuff. That's not my problem, man. But getting back through it is kind of my problem. But that's what we're going to try to do today, hit the trail. I'm tired as all hell, yeah. Yesterday I woke up at 1:45 and I didn't go to bed till 10 p.m. And then, you know, I only slept for a couple hours last night because I had to keep coming out and pushing buttons for stuff. So I'm pretty beat. I'm not planning on doing a big day. Even if I get out to the trail, I'm going to do like 15 and crash out, man. That's what I say now. It all changes when I'm out there. But let's get back out there first and see how it goes. All right, breakfast time. I need some coffee. So we decided to skip the showers. They were 0.7 out of the way, so you know that's another 0.7 back here. I'm having my first Burger King breakfast ever. 1,230 calories in this bad boy for like what, $7? Not bad at all. I've never had a Burger King breakfast before. Fast food doesn't appeal to me too much. Fast food breakfast totally doesn't appeal to me, but yeah, it looks pretty okay, especially for the price. And hell, I eat garbage, so you know I'm not gonna complain. So. Kick it around here, enjoy a bunch of free coffee refills, and then eventually hit the trail. I don't know if you can see them outside, but this town is filled with hippies. Everybody's got dreadlocks, like everybody. There's like 4 or 5 crystal stores in this tiny little town. I don't know why you need 4 or 5 crystal stores. They're all friendly, but everybody's hippie. We're calling them Shastafarians. There's seagulls here. We're nowhere near the beach. What are you guys doing here? Is this where seagulls go for vacation? And come down to the Burger King? So, Joe found me some new shoes in front of the movie theater. They're a little large, but I think that's better than a little small, right? So, I don't know. I'm out here walking around seeing how they feel. We're about to go sit at the bus stop. We hear it takes us somewhere near the trail. So we're going to do the bus thing because we can't get the trail angel to talk to us. So I'm hoping he's going to respond now that I said that out loud, that he won't talk to us, but she's been texting him and, you know, he keeps kind of blowing her off. But he doesn't make any money off of this. He does it for free, so I don't blame him. A lot of traffic out today because they have the roads closed down, fires going on, and nobody in this town knows how to drive. Let's see how they do. So that's the size difference. This one's a little big, that one's a little small. There's a decent size difference in them. The dude who found these and gave these to Joe, and she gave them to me, he still wants these. He's going to make them into sandals, so he said just leave them by the garbage can. So hey, maybe those shoes will find new life. Bye, shoes, you served me well. So I'm still a little bummed about not getting to sleep in a boxcar. So I'm gonna put a pin in that one. I'm gonna keep my eye out, and there's bound to be another train station on the way into town. I passed a dozen of them on this trail, and the last one. So yeah, it's all about boxcar. Finding me one. While we were having our coffee and breakfast this morning, randomly had a chance encounter with a triple crowner at a Burger King. He was riding his bike through this time. He's not hiking right now. I don't know where he's riding to because we didn't talk about that. You know, we talked about mostly trails. He came over and he was like, I can tell by looking at you, you're a real hiker. He's like, what other trails have you done? I'm like, awesome, because, you know, I think I just kind of, I don't know, look like a weird guy, not necessarily a hiker. They have a certain look that I just don't really have. I don't have that cool big beard or the tiny shorts. And gators on my feet. What the fuck are gators all about anyway? I swear they're just necklaces for your feet. You know, people just want to put something around their ankles so they look like more like a hiker. But I'm, you know, in 1,500 miles, I've got like 9 rocks in my shoes, so I don't see the need to carry around extra gear. I think people just do it for style. So I think it is. But it's kind of cool running into a Triple Crowner. You know, there's not a whole lot of them out there. You know, I will be one soon, hopefully. You know, well, soon by a year or so from now. But that's by the grace of the internets, you guys, you know, because I'm not paying for this shit. So if I can get you guys to pay for it, hell yeah, I'm doing the CDT. But if it comes out of my own pocket, nah, it means I got to get a job. So that might take a couple of years. But if you do 2 trails, you got to do 3. You know, it's the rules. It's the rules. Anyway, just kicking it under the bridge, relaxing for a bit. You know, it's already hot out there, and I'll start walking when I feel like it, man. I'm not doing a big day today. My shoes, turns out there was huge holes in the side, man, but luckily I found Gorilla Tape in a hiker box a while back, so I got them taped back together. See how long that holds. And 2 pairs of socks makes these shoes fit perfect, so, you know, I say that now. I thought the last shoes fit great until I, you know, was like 20 miles in or so and realized, oh, God, they don't fit at all. So, but hey, they're free shoes. I'll cut them up if they don't fit right, turn them into sandals, wear them to the next town, and get some shoes there. You know, trail does provide. The trail is an old route that they use to lay power lines. So old that their beams are just rotten. Tops of them have been chewed off or maybe picked off by woodpeckers. Who the fuck knows? But they look pretty old. Whew, this is steep. It's always so steep coming out of town. You got all that weight on your back. And to boot, I broke a tip. So next town, I have to check around. There's no hiker box in this town. So I'm hoping the next one has one. Probably just swipe a tip off some old poles. But if not, maybe there's a outfitter somewhere I can get some cheap. Whew. That's an unusually small bridge over a very shallow gap. Must be like a Boy Scout project or something. But normally those say Boy Scout projects. I see no markings on it whatsoever. Random. Alright, I appreciate somebody coming out and putting a bridge at all, but don't really need it there. These new shoes are feeling so much better already. Maybe grabbing shoes out of hiker boxes is a little more dangerous than I thought. But at the same time, you know, it's free, so I like it. But those last ones, something about them was called zero drop, which I don't know exactly what that means, but it's something messing with my arches. Maybe there's no arch in it, maybe there's too much, I'm not sure. I think there's no arch in it is what I was going with. But all the bones in my left foot hurt. All of them, all the way down to the toes. Right foot's not so bad. But now I'm just like 2 miles in on these new, very well-worn shoes, and I feel a lot better. Although, again, I am only 2 miles in. Talk to me after a 30-mile day. But I do feel an improvement. Quite pleased. I'm not going to do many miles today. There's a big-ass hill coming up. I'm probably just going to camp at the base of it. It's like in another 8 miles or so. You know, why do it in the heat of the day when I can do it before the sun comes up? But as usual, I'll see. Maybe I'll climb a little bit of it to a water source or a campsite. But, you know, it's miles and miles of uphill. It's just much harder to do that when the sun is weighing you down. Air raid siren. Maybe not. Huh. Just whistled once. Huh. Okay, well, that was random. Maybe that means lunchtime or something? Maybe it feels about noon. Oh, I just noticed that about this sign, and it's probably been going on for a while. Are they measuring things in kilometers? What? That's so un-American. What? 31 kilometers? How far is that? I'm an American. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. 31 kilometers, what's that, like maybe, 24 or 25 miles? I'm guessing. I don't know. There's a baby bear in the trail. Enhance. Where's Mama?
Yeah, where the fuck is Mama? Oh, fuck, that's me.
Yeah, we'll just hang out here for a while.
Yeah.
He's gonna climb a tree to be a dick. Baby bears always do that stuff. Because then we can't pass.
I can't believe that. Amazing.
Yeah, I don't often see babies by themselves. I've seen one in a tree by itself before, and I had the same problem. Like, where's Mama? And I was stuck there for a little bit.
Yeah, where the fuck is Mama?
I don't know, but I'm waiting back here till I find out. I mean, if we were smart, we'd actually be walking backwards. But I'm not that bright. I'm more curious.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Wow, check out those big ass rocks. I mean, they're hidden behind the haze of all the smoke, but oh my god. Those are just solid slabs of rock. Crazy, look at that thing, boom. Look at that cliff face. I don't think I've ever seen a cliff face that big before. Holy shit. I bet people climb that like badasses. Bet they do. I bet there's like, chalky handprints all over that thing. Badass. Look at the commoners squeezing fluids from one bladder into another while I harness the power of gravity. Rather pleasant watering hole. I lingered here for, I don't know, a good hour or so. While I was here, there's a random cat that was sitting over there named Woody who recognized my voice. He's like, oh, hey, shit, I watch you on YouTube. Or he doesn't actually watch me. I think he just listens to me. People have been telling me, well, a couple people, him and Strong Toe, a guy that gave me Trail Magic several hundred miles back, listen to me as a podcast. Which I've thought about the podcast game. I like to talk. I could just like sit in a room, maybe with a couple other people to banter with and chat about all sorts of crazy weird stuff, because that is kind of what I do. I don't know, tossing around. But anyway, so, I'm head up trail. I'm taking a leisurely pace today, since I only had, a handful of miles at something under 10 on my agenda. I figured I'd take it nice and easy. I only have like 3 or 4 miles left to do, and I have like 4 or 5 hours in which to do them. And my feet feel great. Oh, should have got new shoes a while ago. I just looked at the map to see how far back I got those shoes. I wore those things for like 300 miles. But, they weren't hurting that bad until the end. But everything's starting to feel good already, so I'm thinking that's a good sign. I mean, they're not the prettiest shoes I've ever owned. There's huge holes in them, but the other ones had holes in them too, so I can't complain. They're free. They'll get me down the road to the next free pair. It's kind of fun to see what the trail provides, Not entirely, because I still have a, small income coming in through Patreon. But, I'm going to take anything the trail is going to give to me. Yeah, it just feels more exciting that way. Red soil, smoke, and heat. That's what the day is all about. A humid heat, too. This is like hot and as humid as Virginia felt. Just dripping. And it's like your sweat beads magnify the sun or something, because it feels pretty powerful. There's just enough shade to keep you from bursting into flames, so that's kind of nice. And my day's almost done, so I guess I can't really complain. All in all, it's been a really nice day. I wish every day could be like this, where you don't have to push big miles, but, like everybody else, I'm falling into that mentality where I'm like, I need to push harder to make it to the end on time. I've already been out here, what, is it like 4 months or something? And I only have a couple of months left. Like, technically 2-ish. Just a slight bit more before October starts. And I still have over 1,000 miles to go. 1,300 maybe? But the miles seem to be passing really fast. I'm not worried about making it. But, I feel pressure. You don't want to make it really far into something like this and fail because some freak snowstorm. And who knows with weather now. And, hell, I don't know what's going on with the fire closures. What kind of reroutes are they going to do? Because they got no problem walking another trail or something like that. But there's no way I'm doing like a 20-mile road walk that they just made up. Like, oh, yeah, put them on this road to get them to where they're going. You know, if it's that kind of thing, I'm not walking that. I might, but I probably won't. That's not part of the trail at all. That's some random reroute they had to do just to stop us from walking into fire. Because I'm willing to bet a lot of people like me will just keep walking until they see a sign or something tells them they can't walk anymore. I mean, there's smoke everywhere. Unless I'm seeing the fire, I'm not overly worried about it. But, you know, even if I saw the hills over yonder with fire, I'd keep walking on the trail if nothing told me not to. And yeah, that's dumb, but at least I know how I roll. As I sit here in my stone throne, picking my nose, smoking a cigarette, just enjoying the sounds and the sights of nature, and I realize that I'm sitting in a moment of zen right now. I don't have to make big miles, don't have to do anything, don't have a care in the world right now. Not often in life you get these moments, you know, you gotta cherish them. Just kick back, relax, pick your nose a little bit, and enjoy. From where I'm sitting right now, I can't even tell everything's on fire around me, but I hear everything's on fire around me. There's lots of smoke in the air, but I can't see any of it from where I'm sitting. Although the air does sting my eyes a little bit, just a little bit that I've noticed. I tear up a little bit randomly here and there, but there's a lot of smoke in the air. This place is literally named Burst Ass Creek, or Arse, Burst Arse. Burst Arse Creek. Not much of a creek. Slightly moving pools of water. There's a good camp spot around here. I would totally stay here. That's not half bad, but that's not good. On to the next watering hole, see what it looks like. Man, those are some sharp, sharp peaks. Impressive. Most impressive. I don't know why, but the riverbed down there is dry white. I mean, you know, things are dry around here, but why is it so white? Looks like it's just covered in a layer of dust. Seems to go all the way up. I was hoping there'd be water here and a campsite, but it doesn't look like it. So on the other side of the white, dry river was a nice camp spot with a nifty tree to hang between. Cooking up a little bit of dinner. Trail is right there, so easy peasy up a big hill tomorrow without any sun beating me up. Back to our regularly scheduled program. You know, wake up early, hike all day, but hopefully with less pain in my feet. And they're doing pretty well. It says those holes. I didn't even notice those when I first put it on. I tried to tape them closed, but it did not work. I'm going to try taping from the inside next. That should hold a little bit better. And it just flexes a lot when I move. But, you know, that's not really an issue. There's a camp of girls right down there. Been traveling with them for like a week. They push up pretty big miles, just past me right up. They're way faster than I am, but, you know, since I hike, you know, I never fucking sleep. Let's somehow keep up. I'm technically ahead because they're back there. And I'll be starting my day super early, more than likely, if everything goes to plan, and get that much further ahead, but they'll still end up passing me by noon. They are way more badass hikers than I am. Well, it helps that their packs are like a third my weight, but that's my fault. That's my fault.